Hello, friends, welcome back. This is the mission of. We are here on this day, great day, launching the USMR Uttej Saturn Moon Rover. Along with that, we do have the satellite and the lander of the particular moons. We have basically three stages. Stage number 1 is the this down part, and stage number 2 are the side boosters 1 and this 2 1. The stage 3 we have the engine here. With these three engines we'll make it to the Saturn's orbit and then land on the Saturn's moon. However, it's not possible to land on the Saturn itself, so we are landing on the moon. And this is a good day of launching the USMR, one of the first Saturn moon's rovers. Alright, I think it's the time. USMR launch sequence starts now in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engines are ignited. Let's go. We have a liftoff. Holding steady. Stage 1, holding good. Acceleration good. Height increasing. We have an approximity of about 2 kilometers. This will make us form the orbit. Low Earth orbit tilt maneuver 45 degrees starts now. Tilting. We have a max height of 18 kilometers and rising. Switching on the RCS for more control. Here we have it. Yes, I think it's time for the 90 degrees tilt. USMR 90 degrees tilt in 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tilt maneuver. With this, we will be able to successfully form the orbit of our USMR. We are about to form the low Earth orbit, approximately 140 kilometers and rising. Yeah, we have reached the low Earth orbit. Ignition sequence shutdown. Stage 1 separation in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stage 1 separated. Low thrust. Moving away from the debris. Remove the debris. Removing the aerodynamics. Now, aerodynamics have been removed. Here we have the satellite, the orbiter of the Saturn moon. And here we have the lander, same as we seen for Afros UMR. And here we have the rover. Let's begin by setting as the target. Let's explore the moons of the Saturn. Here we have the Jupiter. Houston, we have problem. We need to get to the Jupiter immediately. Why? You see the orbiter around Juno and around the Jupiter, we have a problem with it. What? We observe sudden changes on the Jupiter. We need to examine more clearly. And why is that? We need to get to Jupiter immediately, one of its moons. Now we are not going to Saturn. We are heading for the Jupiter hunt. We are going to Jupiter, setting Jupiter as target to know where we have to burn the engine. We have already the Juno commanding there. We have a problem at the Jupiter. To observe it more clearly, our mission is going there. There is the ignition cap. We need to get there. We are in the ignition sequence. We are closing up. We're almost there. I think we need to take the help of the boosters. Boosters on. Arbitraging acceleration. By the time we launch this, we will be there at the Jupiter. We are out of this zone again. By the next time we get that area again, we move the ignition sequence. Let's get back there. ఏవండి ఏవండి
ఏంటి వెళ్ళిపోయిందా వెళ్ళిపోయిందా అంటున్నాడు లేదా అదా అంటున్నాను అలా అదే వెళ్ళిపోయింది అంత చిరాకు వచ్చి
We have again ignition sequence. I will be there at the Jupiter soon. Starting again. Arbitraging. I think we are out of the zone again. Ignition sequence delay again. Again we need to get there to ignite our engines again. It's going to take a long time. Ignition on again. Oh, that's the reason I left the throttle unchanged. Where are we? Yes. We can extend the orbit still a bit. Oh yeah, we are entering the orbit. Now we need to set a proper approach. Yeah. to set a proper collision course. Yes, it's good. I think it's time for the long wrap. Let's get there. I got slingshot out of the Earth orbit into the Jupiter orbit. Here we get it. I am slowing going to enter the orbit of this Jupiter. Decreasing the velocity of our vehicle will help us decrease the orbit to the Jupiter. That is what I am gonna do. I am going to decrease my velocity to form a complete orbit around Jupiter. With this, we'll be completely able to form our orbit around it. We have successfully entered the orbit of the Jupiter. We are going to land on one of the moon called Io. Once we reach the orbit below the Io, we'll get a chance to slingshot around it. And once we get it, we are out. We are having many orbital paths. Let's check if we can approach Io with this. You have a cross encounter there. I think we are going to get the chance of approaching Io now. Once we can get encounter of the Io, we are good to go. Yeah, how are we? Yes, that's good.
ఇది కొంచెం జొన్నపిండి కలిసింది కదా అది డబ్బా ఖాళీగా ఉంటుంది పాలు పెట్టుకోవాలి
It's going to be too fast to enter it.
అది నేను చెప్పేది అదే పొయ్యి ఉల్లిపాయలు అడ్డగా కోసి అప్పుడు రేకల్లా కొట్టి ఉల్లిపాయ పెద్దది కదా అందుకు అలా చెప్తున్నాను అది రెండు అవ్వదులే ఒకటి పొయ్యి లేకపోతే రెండు అవ్వదు ఉల్లిపాయ ఎంతో
Decreasing the velocity. 5. Oh shit, I have done a wrong thing. It's gonna be a long video because it's a big project we have been doing. We are now placed in the opposite direction. It's a very big orbit to decompose of, so it's gonna take a lot of time now. It's a time taking maneuver. Are we getting the maximum thrust engine on to make sure that we get the maximum thrust available? Yes. Enter the orbit of Io. Now with the several reduction of these orbits, we can to make a perfect touchdown. We have stage 3 and 2 separation now. Low orbit. Oh yes, yeah, that's what we want. I think this one is out of fuel. Now we got the satellite in our orbit. We're going to clear this junk. Deploying the solar panels to recharge for the touchdown of the rover and the lander. Power is full. Detach. These things does not need much power because these have a electricity generators which will not be needed. Alright, we are now going to switch to the lander. Here we have. So now we're going to deorbit again. We have detached with the orbiter and now decomposing the orbit so that we have a very nice touchdown with the Io. Currently, we are going to land on one of the Jupiter's moons to observe moon and its moon for research purposes. We are going to land on the moon named Io, the first nearest moon to the Jupiter. We are going to reach it now. We are in the wrong direction. Shoot, man. We got a very hard hit. I think the satellite survived it. I don't even know which direction it is spinning to control the. You're going to get kicked off by this.